you guys had an interesting series of matches with the Powers of Pain, kind of in a similar situation like you were in Crockett, where they just kind of left and started right away with the WWE.
Yeah, I couldn't figure that out.
Yeah.
What the whole, and you never do know. You just got to make the best of whatever it is. And, those guys were, my best friends too, Lipinski, he's a Minnesota guy,
Right.
And Barbarian, we're in North Carolina, him and his wife, we're at dinner all the time out there. So, I couldn't figure out the whole situation, why they'd even do that.
Yeah.
They're trying to kill us off a little bit because then they're going to bring the Road Warriors in. And I was, that kind of messed me up why they did that. They should have brought the Road Warriors in and kept us doing exactly what we were doing.
Yeah.
And had them, do something and maybe put us all together. So it's a 4-man deal or something and beat up everybody.
Yeah.
And then have a feud or something and build it up. But it was just like they put the Powers of Pain against us to turn Fuji babyface and get rid of him and tried to put masks on us like they were trying to kill us off to bring the Road Warriors in.
Yeah.
But then when we went against the Road Warriors, we were over more than they were, and then it killed them. Whoever thought of it wanted it both to die.
It was really bizarre because it seemed like Powers of Pain came in right away, worked with you guys for a little while, and then you guys stopped working together, and then like a year later you guys started working together again. It was really bizarre how that happened.
It was almost like we were getting over too strong and they didn't want to get over that strong.
Yeah. Now, what are your thoughts and memories of Fuji as a manager? He had to have rigged you guys more than once, I would think.
Well, yeah, and I can't narrow it down to him,
yeah.
But there were some things that went on that were pretty peculiar,
Yeah.
And I was one of the guys that I needed my sleep. And I remember a dang phone rang every minute. And we had to have a wake-up call, so I couldn't just hang it up. And then next thing you know, there was knocks at the door, there was fireworks out the window, and this went on all night, and I couldn't find out who it was. And about 2 days later, I saw Fuji doing it to somebody else. That's what he was doing to me, that son of a bitch. And I never said anything to him either, because I didn't put it over.
Yeah.
Now,
your series with the Bulldogs, you wrestled a lot with the Bulldogs.
God, what an experience that was.
Yeah.
Those guys can work. They're working son of a guns. But, you didn't know if you were going to get ribbed or, And what helped us out is we had Fuji for the manager, so Fuji's the king of the ribs. So they never ribbed us, but still in the back of your mind, everything you did, you wondered what could happen next,
Yeah. Did they ever pull anything cute in the middle of a match, like with a rib or anything like that?
No,
nothing like that.
No, the dog was the rib for us. He'd come in the ring and turn the dog on us.
Oh, okay.
That dog was nuts too.
Yeah. Is Dynamite Kid? A lot of people say he was the greatest. Is he as good as they all say?
Meaning wrestling wise? Yeah. Before he hurt his back and all that stuff, he could do anything.
Yeah.
He could. Snuka flying off the top of the cage and all that stuff. That was, Dynamite would do a flip off the top and land. That's how he was back then.
Yeah.
He was good. He could work.
Now, you worked with him after his back injury, right? Now, was he hard to work with? Not difficult, but just physically, was he? Was it hard because he was kind of limited?
Well, it was different because you were so used to what he could do.
Yeah.
So you had to work around it, but you didn't know he was really hurt. You could see it, the way he walked and everything, but, he sure didn't sell it,
Just a couple more questions and we're about to wrap up. Coming from an old school era, how do you feel about newsletters and the internet and their effect on the wrestling business?
Well, it doesn't matter anymore. It's all the show. Everybody knows it is. It's who's going to entertain the person the best.
Yeah.
And right now, if the last WrestleMania did more people than ever and more numbers, then it's the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about writing a book?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody else has come out with them, so I don't know.
Do you have a pretty good memory, like remembering stuff from?
If you go down what you did,
Mhm.
and if you went right down, I could name every match I ever had and what I did in the match.
Wow.
All the way through there. But I have to have a little coaxing to get it out of my memory, you know.
Right. All right. Wow. Any advice? Well, I don't have this written down. You're kind of surprised that Vince, and we talked a little bit about this, that Vince has kind of gone away from tag teams, that tag team wrestling isn't really a focus anywhere anymore in professional wrestling.
Yeah, I don't know what the reasoning behind that is.
Yeah.
I just, maybe you pay less money out.
I was going to say that as a joke, but,
I mean, when we were a tag match, they had to pay me, Axe, Fuji, Powers of Pain, both of them. So you're paying 6 guys in a match instead of 2.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why.
Yeah.
And Eric Bischoff was the one who wanted to kill off tag teams.
Wow.
And now Vince has done it, so it must be some, I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for young guys that want to get into the business today, or girls?
There's only a couple avenues to go, so if you don't know somebody, don't even get in.
Don't bother.
Don't even bother.
Wow.
It ain't worth it.
Wow.
Unless you're going to start your own territory.
There you go. You think the territories could work today? Some kind of a territory system?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
If you had local TV and, you had the right product, it would definitely work. But it takes so darn much money.
Yeah.
And if you did something where you had a couple of stars that got into it, and maybe created wrestling from an angle, like you got Alec Baldwin and
wrestle his daughter.
and Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah.
Going at it somehow, and it was a guy versus a girl, and then she brought in Steve Austin, and he brought in so-and-so, and pretty soon you got a wrestling territory.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be some really wacko, goofy way of starting it, and the people would go nuts over it.
Wow.
But it's got to be the right situation. That is a heck of a deal, though.
Yeah, it is. You should call somebody. If we only had the money to put it together, right?
Or Barbara Walters and Rosie O'Donnell going against each other.
Yeah, exactly. You had a long career. You have any regrets with anything throughout your career?
No regrets at all. I've had the time of my life.
Yeah.
I love everybody in the business.
Yeah.
Thanks to the fans. That's what makes the whole wrestling.
Well, that's usually what we close out the shoot interviews with. Unless you have any other questions, is we ask our guests to, if they want to say something to their fans out there.
Well, just thank you for all the years of watching wrestling and cheering and booing, the Demolition and Krusher Krushchev and the Repo Man and all that, because without you fans, there wouldn't be wrestling and I wouldn't be here today. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.